By the way, I want to tell you that I'm filming in my car today because my home was flooded and the Roto-Rooter people and all the flood people are there returning it back to normal. So the house is in complete disarray and I couldn't be in my beauty room today. So I'm in my car, but I wanted to share with everyone anyway. So please pardon the if you see people walking by or whatever, please pardon all that and just grab the information. Have you ever been applying your makeup and suddenly wondered, is this enough? Or perhaps the better question is, am I applying too much? You want your complexion to look even, you want your eyes to look brighter, you want your look to be polished and refreshed, but you don't want it to look heavy, overdone, or as though your makeup walked into the room before you did. Today, I'm going to teach you a simple 3-step check that can help you recognize when your makeup is complete, and it may help you discover that you need much less product than you thought you did. Welcome to Just a Sip, where we take a small sip of beauty, confidence, and everyday glow. I'm Tracy, the creator of Tracy's Mimosas and Makeup and the Glow Method. It is about learning what works for you so that you can feel radiant, confident, polished, and fully yourself. If you're a woman over 40 and you're a woman who wants to enjoy your makeup without feeling overwhelmed by products and trends and complicated techniques, you are in the right place. One of the concerns I hear from women is, I'm afraid I'm going to apply too much. That fear can cause us to avoid using makeup at all. Or it can cause us to stand extremely close to the mirror, like so, and examine every pore, every line, every spot, and every difference in tone. The closer we get to the mirror, the more we begin to believe that everything needs to be covered. So we apply more foundation, more powder, more concealer, and before you know it, we have a polished look, or the polished look that we wanted to achieve now begins to feel heavy. So today I'm going to give you another way to approach your makeup. I call it the enough check. The enough check has 3 simple steps. Apply a light layer, step back from the mirror and look at your entire face, add product only in the areas that need a little more attention. Okay, so I want to walk you through this 3-step method. Step 1 is apply a light layer first. Begin with less product than you think you need. This applies to the foundation, to the concealer, to blush, to bronzer, eyeshadow, mascara, powder, anything. It is much easier to add a little more product than, of course, to try to take product off after you've gotten it gotten it on. When applying your foundation, begin with a small amount. Place the product where you need the most evening out. For many of us, this tends to be around the center of our face, our nose, here's our nose, and around the mouth area. And any particular area of discoloration. I have a little discoloration on the sides of my face, so sometimes I put a little extra product there. After you've blended in that first layer, stop. Do not automatically reach for another pump of foundation. Do not immediately add concealer everywhere. Give the first layer an opportunity to do its job. Your entire face may not need the same amount of coverage. One area may need a little more attention, while another area may need a little less. And that is perfectly normal. Our faces naturally have variations in tone and texture and dimension. The goal is not to make every inch of your face look exactly the same. The goal is to create an overall appearance that feels balanced, refreshed, and polished. Sometimes more product simply gives the makeup more opportunity to settle into lines, collect around texture, or leave a heavier look than we actually wanted. Begin lightly, blend carefully, then pause. After applying your first layer, step away from the close-up in the mirror. This step is very important. When we're standing only a few inches away from the mirror, every pore, line, spot, area of discoloration can begin to look like a major problem. But other people are not usually looking at us 3 inches away from our face. They see our entire face. So step back and take a look at yourself from a normal conversational view. Ask yourself, does my complexion look more even? Do I look refreshed? Does anything immediately distract me? Can I still see the natural dimension in my skin? And here's one of my favorite questions. Do I notice my face or do I notice the makeup first? Your forehead, cheeks, chin, and the center of your face may have a naturally slightly lighter tone or different tone than the rest of your face. Sometimes when you step back, you may realize your first layer was enough. You may have been preparing to add more foundation simply because that's what you usually do. Not because your face actually needed it. Stepping back gives you a more truthful view. Step 3, add product only where it is still needed. Now that you have looked at your entire face, identify a specific area that needs a little more attention. Perhaps there is a small area of discoloration. Perhaps there is redness around the nose. Perhaps you may need a little more brightness under one eye or the other. Instead of applying another full layer to your entire face, add a small amount of product to that particular area. So I usually have to add a little bit more around the mouth to try to figure out what's going on there, or sometimes within the sides of my face. Then what you're going to do after that is blend it out towards the edges of your face. And it should get lighter and lighter as it gets towards the edge of your face. This is what is called targeted application. Targeted application allows you to create coverage without making your entire complexion look heavy. You can use the same 3-step method with all your products. Apply one light layer of blush. Step back. Then ask yourself, does my face look warm, fresh, and alive? If the answer is yes, stop. You do not have to keep applying blush until the color becomes extremely obvious. Apply a soft layer of eyeshadow. Open your eyes and look straight ahead. Can you see enough definition? If you can, you may not need another layer. Apply one coat of mascara. Step back. Look at both eyes. Do your lashes have enough definition for the look that you're trying to create? If they do, you can stop. The same is true for powder. Apply powder only where you are experiencing unwanted shine or where your makeup needs additional setting. Your entire face may not need to be heavily powdered. The question is not, have I used every product in my makeup bag? The question is, does my face already look the way I want it to? Now, here's the mindset shift for today. Enough makeup does not mean every spot, line, pore, or tone difference has to disappear. Enough means your face looks balanced, refreshed, and still like you. There is an important difference between correcting something that is distracting versus you covering something simply because you believe it should not be visible. Your natural skin is allowed to show. Your face is allowed to have dimension. Your complexion is allowed to look like skin. And your makeup can be visible without becoming overwhelming. You can wear foundation, concealer, blush, eyeliner, mascara, lipstick, and still create a soft, natural result. Natural makeup does not necessarily mean wearing no makeup. It means wearing the products that work together without those products being overpowering on your face. So here's one final question to ask yourself before adding another layer. What am I trying to improve by adding more product? If you have a specific answer, add a small amount to that specific area. Perhaps you want to soften one area of discoloration. Perhaps you want a little more definition around the eyes. Perhaps you want slightly more color in the cheeks. Those are specific choices. But if your answer is simply, I usually apply more, that may be your signal to stop. You do not have to keep adding products because the products are sitting on your vanity. You do not have to use the same amount every day. And you do not have to cover every feature to look polished. So let's review the enough check. First, apply a light layer. Second, step back from the mirror and look at your entire face. Third, add more product to only the area that needs a little more attention. Light layer, step back, target only. Your makeup is enough, so this is the key. Your makeup is enough when you feel polished, comfortable, and recognizable to yourself. Learning when to stop is learning what works for you, and that's a skill that you can develop through practice. You're not bad at makeup simply because you're unsure about how much to apply. You may simply need a method that allows you to slow down, observe, and make an intentional choice before adding more. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which product are you most likely applying too much of? Is it foundation, concealer, blush, powder, eyeshadow, Please let me know in the comments. Please, I really appreciate that. Your answer may also help another woman realize that she's not alone in trying to figure this thing out. And if you know of another woman who wants to enjoy makeup but is afraid of looking overdone, please share this episode with her. Also, if you're ready for a simpler, more supportive approach to makeup, I invite you to learn more about the Glow Method. The Glow Method is designed to help women learn what works for their skin, their features, their lifestyle, and the way they want to feel. It's not about wearing more makeup. It is about understanding your products, improving your technique, and creating a polished look that you can comfortably repeat in real life. Ground yourself, learn what works for you, own your glow. You can find more information below in the description. Remember, you're not trying to create a different face. You're learning how to care for, enhance, and appreciate the face you already have. Small, repeatable practices create confidence, and confidence is always radiant. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you are allowed to decide when enough is enough. Bye-bye now.